Hi, everybody. Welcome back to that Eurovision site. As you can see, we're still continuing on with our interviews, and today we are going to Ireland. I am joined by Conor Donohoe, who is one of the members for Wild Youth, who is basically participating in Ireland's Eurosong. How are you, Conor?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I am very much okay. You know what? Let's take a breather because I know you've mentioned you've been on the literally press mode ever since you've started this. So let's start things off by just asking because we literally just met. I just wanted to ask you, what's like one fun fact that not many people know about yourself?
One fun fact. Oh, wow, I've never been asked that. I feel like I'm always very open. Uh, that I ruptured my spleen and I was like seconds away from almost having it removed and also seconds away from dying.
No.
hmm I've got the
Wow.
scar here.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah, no, it was like a freak accident when I was younger and I was in intensive care for like 10 days where they thought it was like they said it was totally 50-50 whether I'd live or die.
Mhm.
And thankfully I'm still here because I'm
Yeah,
talking to you.
you proved them wrong. You're right here. Okay. Okay, so you're here because obviously Wild Youth is gonna be participating in the Irish selection.
Mhm.
Obviously you've been heavily rumored like before you even got announced, but for the fans that are not basically don't know who you are, did you want to introduce yourself in the band and the type of music you basically play for
Yeah, well,
everyone?
my name is Conor Donohoe, as you mentioned. I'm in a four-piece band from Dublin, Ireland. We make pop, rock music. We've been a band since about 2018. We had a song that was like the most played song on Irish radio, which was a song called Can't Move On. We had the second most played song on Irish radio the following year, which is a song called Making Me Dance. We've had like two number one EPs. Um, we've toured all of Europe. We've supported The Script. We've supported Niall Horan. We've supported Lewis Capaldi. We've supported Westlife. Um, we supported Codeline. We supported Zara Larson.
That's a
Um,
to say that's a very big credentials you got on well your band is on there already. So very, very impressive.
and I really, really hope that we can add, and we are representing Ireland in the Eurovision as the final credential.
Yeah, I was to say that we're in like not even like it's just a couple of weeks or so right now until we find out.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, now let's move on to the actual reason why we're here because we're talking about Eurosong and actually Ireland participating. I just wanted to start off by why participate because even before they opened the submissions, like the buzz for you to represent Ireland was already there. So what made you say, okay, you know what? I think we've got this. We are one. I think would be the suitable for the selection. So what made you
Uh,
guys do it?
well, obviously the whole thing started from I just tweeted it one day. I'm a big Eurovision fan, and I tweeted it one day. I constantly have like a stream of consciousness throughout the day, and I always just like the guitarist in Wild Youth will always text me, and he'll say, if I ever want to know what the band's plans are for the next year, I just look at your Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because I'll just tweet whatever I'm like, and I just tweeted one day saying I want to write the song for Ireland's Eurovision and I want to
Mm-hmm.
perform it. And basically, a newspaper picked it up the next day, and the tweet kind of like I'm not going to say went viral, but like definitely picked up a lot of attention.
Mm-hmm.
And then uh, because I don't think people expected us to be a band that would go to Eurovision. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why, because I fucking love the Eurovision.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then people kept tagging Michael Keeley, who's like the head of the Eurovision for Ireland,
Mm-hmm.
and then me and him ended up speaking on the phone. Now, bear in mind, this is so long ago. So
Yeah.
like, he was like, "I love that you tweeted it, and obviously we'd be very interested if you wanted to submit a song, but we're not even taking song submissions for like 6 months. And I was like, okay, cool. But I just kept tweeting it. I just kept tweeting it all the time anyway. I just kept going with it. And then I just knew that I was going to have to either have a song that I've maybe written from before that haven't been released.
Mm-hmm.
But I write music every single day. So I write music every single day. So I was like, my thing is I never go back in terms of go back into an archive of songs that I have because, and I'm not saying it's for right or for wrong, because I know so many people that have gone into archives of songs that they've had and found like a gem. But for me, I'm always like, I feel I can just keep going and like write something new and write something fresh. So I think I didn't necessarily go, okay, I need to write a Eurovision song now. I just wrote like as I normally write.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously I was in Sweden and I had this piano melody in mind, which was the boom do 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 do. And I started singing a melody, which is the we might be different, we might be unique, might be a leader, I might be free. And the producer I was with was like, oh my God, I love this. And then we just like wrote the song. And it felt right. It felt big. It felt anthemic. It felt like a song that was suitable for a stage the size of the Eurovisions. And it was one that if I closed my eyes, honestly, I could see on that stage. And I think the whole narrative of the lyric of We Are One is kind of really based around everything the Eurovision is and everything that the Eurovision stands for. It's like, it's the most incredible event because I say this, it's the most accepting event I think in the world. It's like if you're gay, you're straight, you're trans, if you're black, you're white, if whatever you are, it doesn't matter. When you're there, it's a collective. No one judges, no one puts anyone down. Everyone supports everyone. If someone wants to wear something, they wear it and people support it. If someone wants to wear something else, people support it. That's what the whole thing is. And the song for me, I saw one tweet one day and it said, oh, another political song called We Are One. And I'm like, it kind of upset me because I'm like, that's not what I was trying to get at. I'm like, it's that feeling of on that night, everyone feels like one. And it feels like a very special moment and an incredible. I haven't been there, but I've watched it and it feels like an incredibly special place. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe if the fucking world just looked at that event and maybe just took some influence, we might not be living in such a mess, you know? And I say this all the time, and I'm sure if anyone listens to any interviews I'm doing, they're probably slightly sick of me saying this, but I say it all the time because I think it's so true. I think it's the only event in the world where each country waves the flag of the other country, and even though they're in competition, they all support one another and cheer each other on. I don't think there's any other event that does anything like that in the world. And I just think it's magic. And I don't know, I always like when I could visualize this song, obviously the Eurosong, or if it's the Eurovision, or if it's whatever happens before the Eurovision or after the Eurovision, that We Are One feeling is a feeling of whatever that feeling is in that room.
Yeah.
And trying to recreate that magic wherever that song is performed to create that feeling and try and spread that message without trying to be a preacher, with just trying to make it like a moment, if you know what I mean.
I'm guessing it wasn't a hesitation that this was going to be the one. Like the minute you've written it, you said, "Okay, is this it?"
It felt very right. I'd written a lot of songs, but this one just felt right.
So there was that spark that said,
yeah.
"Oh, okay, Eurosong, Ireland, this is it."
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your answer because you've actually answered a couple of questions from me within that response. Okay, so my next question to you is obviously participating in Eurosong would mean you may potentially go to Liverpool and represent Ireland. What would it mean to you if you and your band get that opportunity this year?
Oh, it'd be like incredible. Honestly, it'd be like a dream come true. I like of all those things that I've spoke about that we've done as a band. I think this would top everything for me. I think this would be the moment. I really, really want it so badly. I feel very passionately about the Eurovision. Uh, and it would be a total dream, honestly, to be there, to be in Liverpool. I'm very proud of my country. I'm incredibly proud of where I came from. I love the people from Ireland. And I would absolutely love us to be the act that goes to represent our country. It would mean everything and more.
Okay, I will ask more about the participation itself later on, but you did say that when we started talking, you're actually a big fan of the contest. So I just wanted to ask you, like, what was your earliest memory of Eurovision, and like, what's your favorite track of all time? It doesn't have to be an Irish entry, or it can be from somewhere else.
My earliest memory is an Irish singer songwriter called Mickey Joe Hart. Do you know? Okay. Uh, and the reason why is because my granny was obsessed, and I was like a baby, and she got me like a Mickey Joe Hart album in my stocking for Christmas. That's my earliest memory.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you go back, there's like my dad loved like Johnny Logan, so it's like Johnny Logan memories. Recently, I loved Loreen and I loved Euphoria. I thought that was like, honestly, that chorus is like the whole song is like insane. Arcade, Duncan Lawrence, Maneskin. I thought that performance like life changing. Sam Ryder was amazing last year. Spain were amazing last year. Ukraine
Mm-hmm.
were incredible last year. Yeah, and I also thought Brooke was amazing, the Irish
Mm-hmm.
entry last year. I thought she was brilliant, and I think she
Oh.
deserved better. But
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. I think that's a unanimous thing with everyone on like the bubble when she failed to qualify. Because I was actually in the arena when we were all waiting. Oh, there's only one spot left, and Brooke hasn't been called, and unfortunately, that's life.
mm,
But fun fact
yeah,
for you, if you don't already know, Loreen is trying to represent Sweden again this year.
no, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, she's the last one to reveal what entry she's doing. So who knows, if you get the ticket, and she might get the ticket. Meet up. But okay, so let's go back to Eurosong, because we're just a couple of weeks now. What's the atmosphere like between you and the band in terms of like, wow, we're getting very, very close
It's good.
to your time.
Everyone's excited.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's very focused. Um, just being healthy,
Mm-hmm.
training.
No nerves.
Yeah, for sure, nervous. I'm kind of like trying to block all that out. But I'm sure like as I walk before we go on stage, I'll be like almost ill. I'll be so nervous. That's normally how it goes.
Mm-hmm. I would say, what do you think we can expect from your performance in February, and will be in basically a couple of weeks' time?
I just think you'll see like a fun, energetic, big
Mm-hmm.
band performance that hope people can watch and imagine being transitioned onto a massive stage like the Eurovision
Mm-hmm.
without it feeling empty, and you know
Mm-hmm.
something that can live up to the size of the event.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think we strive under big occasions, and
Mm-hmm.
we love shows being bigger and bolder than ever. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I mean, there's lots to expect. It's kind of endless. I think what we can do if we can get through.
Okay. Well, basically, you're one of the front runners for this one, and obviously, if you do win, because the fans are seeing like Ireland's it's in a bit of a crossroads because it hasn't qualified since 2018 to the final. My question to you is, if Wild Youth gets the ticket to Liverpool, Do you think it's a really big task because of the fact that Ireland's fortunes haven't been good for the past few years? And do you think what would you do to help turn that around and bring Ireland to the final if you do get the ticket for Liverpool?
I think Ireland, albeit a small nation, is an incredible nation. I think if you look at the support and backing that Ireland gives, if you look at like football competitions or anything sports related, Irish get behind it. And no matter where they go, they're always voted the best fans in the world, and they can mingle and they can mix, and everyone always grows to love the Irish. And I think we need to get that feeling for the Eurovision. There's such an amazing community of Irish fans that love the Eurovision, but we need to get the whole country behind it. We need to make this a big moment. We need to get Ireland back on the map in terms of Eurovision. It needs to go to a final. We need to do, I think the one thing that's important is that I think people think that the Eurovision is just you get up and you sing on the night and that's all you do. Whereas that's not the case. I'm sure even better than I do, there's so much work happens from the moment you get selected to the moment you get on that stage. And I think the one thing that's guaranteed with us as a band is we'll be the first ones up in the morning, we'll be the last ones going to sleep. And I've said that always. It's the way I live my life, is that if we get selected for something, it's like it's not even 100%, it's 120%. And there's never a no, it's always a yes, and we'll do every single thing that we can do to make sure that to try and be the first act that could get to the final since 2018.
Well, all I have to say is we cannot wait to see the performance on Eurosong and wish you the best of luck. But final question to you is throughout the experience taking part in Eurosong, what is the one thing that you've learned that you'll take with you going forward, whether is you're just taking part or the band gets the ticket to Liverpool?
I think I'll have to answer that maybe on the 3rd of February.
You're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger on that one. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
But anywho, Conor, thank you so much for your time. Wish you the best of luck. Is there anything that you want to say to the international viewers who are watching us right now?
I would just say, for anyone who's heard the song and likes it, firstly, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
If you've heard the song and you don't like it, that's okay. Life is all about opinions. But please, we would love this so much. I love the Eurovision, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I would love to be a part of it. I would love to represent Ireland. If there's anything you think you can do to help us or to support us, please, if you would like to see us there, please do it, as it would mean the world to us. And we really, really want to do this.
Thank you very much, Conor, and good luck to Wild Youth in Eurosong on the 3rd of February.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.